Today we're going to talk about overwhelm, particularly as how it relates to this holiday time of year. My name is Kendra Ward and I'm a licensed acupuncturist as well as a transformational coach for women. I help women align with their most confident, authentic selves in their everyday lives. So we're going to talk about overwhelm, and actually the dictionary definition speaks to overwhelm being a sense of drowning under a huge mass. Now that sounds pretty dramatic, but there can be a sense of reaching a max or fritzing at the edges this time of year. And the studies find that women overwhelmingly more than men tend to experience this. So when we're thinking about overwhelm and the antidote to overwhelm, the first thing that comes to mind is number one, perfection is enemy. So thinking about even in our bodies, when we get too tight, too rigid, what does that do? That locks us up in our neck and shoulders, in our jaw and head. Our musculoskeletal selves manifest and show this kind of constraint or tension. And what that means is that chi flow, that energy flow through the muscles and tissues just doesn't work as well. We're more stuck. So perfectionism gets in the way of us being in touch and in alignment with our sense of joy and higher priorities this time of year. Nobody's friend. So number two, which kind of feeds off of that, is being able to say no. So being able to say no is sort of an ongoing practice. And I relate this to just the times that we live in, that we have more choices, more available to us. We have this fear of missing out, more so than ever before. So this inability to say no, it tends to relate to not being able to discern what we're actually going to truly be able to accomplish. It relates to when our intuition or our truth cord is talking to us about whether or not we actually will enjoy it, it's the right fit or match for us. So being able to say no is sort of this ongoing practice of tapping into and listening to that sense of intuition. And number three is having a sense or a vision, taking the time to tap into what you want this time of year to actually look like. Have you asked yourself that recently? All too often we are just feeding off of a sense of or certain image of what our childhood looked like or what last year looked like or a have to, should be sort of thing. And so I'm wondering if you've just thought through how this year is set up to be in alignment with your higher values and philosophies around what really matters to you. So, for example, maybe there's an expectation of buying X number of gifts for these certain people. Well, is there a way instead to have everyone just make one beautiful dish and come together as family or friends, as a community, and have that connection time? If that's what really matters most to you. So that involves having a voice and speaking up, which is not so easy. It's not such an easy practice to be able to engage others in changing their ways. But oftentimes I find that when you bring it up and speak your piece about it, that the logic and sense behind it actually kind of captures, and the other folks there are like, oh yeah, let's do that. So no to perfectionism, being able to say no to engagements or social events or obligations that just you're not actually able to do or that are increasing your stress level. And the third one is aligning with your sense of value and philosophy for this time of year. And use this video, share it with your family or friends or folks that you want to communicate to about this idea. Make it easier on yourself by having someone else explain the logic behind it. I hope you visit my website, kendraward.com, and I look forward to seeing you next time.